What's up, everybody? Welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only, it's Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scotty, happy Monday, buddy. Welcome back. What'd you do over the weekend? You gaming anything or what?
Oh, we've been blasting games. I think it's Christmas come early for gamers this year.
Man, it's nuts.
There's a huge amount out, and there's not enough time in the day to burn through it.
Well, that's the biggest thing, right? Like, we've just been on overload right now. We just wrapped up Forza Horizon 5, which was an incredible game. We're on Vanguard right now. Like, it is the holiday sweepstakes of gaming, right? That's the biggest thing. But what'd you play over the weekend?
Some Age of Empires 4.
Nice.
A big fan of that one. I like the new version of it. And Metroid Dread is sitting just behind me now. That one's hard not to go back to. I almost enjoy when it gets me stumped. I take a little break from it.
That's awesome. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm about 35 hours in. I was talking to my good friend Lucas, who says he wrapped it up in 60. So this month is going to be like dedicated to completing that game.
Holy, that's still 60 seems like a very fast run.
It does, right? That's what I'm looking at. Like, man, how'd you do that? Because I'm over here doing this mission, then I'm that mission, and then I get pulled over here. I'm all over the place. I was like, oh crap, I don't know if I can pull it off in 60 hours or not. I think I'm closer to like 80 or 100 by the time I'm done. But my goal is to get that out of the way this month because I want to move back into Valhalla and pick that up where I left off, right over there. Playing Riders Republic is another one, and Breakpoint. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the new update, Motherland, has got me hooked. Steve and I will be talking about that coming up on the show. So look forward to that in the near future. But we got a wicked show today because, dude, it's Halo Infinite Battle Pass news. It is unreal the amount of just news dropped on this Battle Pass. And it's interesting that they being 343 Industries, are taking such a unique approach, and we'll get into that, what's going on. Get ready if you still have Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, because that's going away for a little bit by the sounds of things, and Sony could be upscaling the PS5 through some imaging processing, and could also be working on the PSVR2. But that you can always join us for this kind of episode over at InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe, or join us live, twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at Inside the Game Official. Somebody give us that name back. Like, I want the official ITG. Who took it? Look them up, bombard them, tweet at them, give it away. Come on, we need it back. That's how it's going to work. I'm going to keep doing it until we get our name back.
We're going to stick with a friendly dog pile. Just friendly.
Keep it friendly. Dude, let's move. Let's get going. You ready? Please. We have a long article. I've actually cut as much out as I could from this one, but this one comes from Miranda Sanchez over at IGN. Halo Infinite multiplayer battle pass plans have been revealed. This is through their IGN first. The play for attention in the live game space, let alone the competitive shooter space, has only gotten more competitive with each console release and gaming trend. With Halo Infinite, developer 343 Industries is attempting to make its multiplayer more attractive to stick with the long haul while delivering what could be considered a consumer-first business model through its flexible battle pass system and emphasis on player feedback. IGN sat down with Halo Infinite devs Jerry Hook and Chris Bloom to discuss the Halo Infinite different approach to the world of the multiplayer. Halo Infinite's Battle Pass plan. Get ready for this, Scott. Hook and Bloom know we play other games. As Bloom said, it'd be ridiculous to think otherwise. No kidding. With this and the understanding that some Battle Passes can encourage unhealthy player habits, they decided Halo Infinite's battle passes should never expire. Scott, I'm stopping right there. Dude, that's a first. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's not so much of a battle pass as I would come to think of it. It seems more of like the way, I don't want to compare it to Call of Duty beyond this moment, but the way they have challenges that are always just available to you at a certain level. And when you complete them, you're done. So I get that there's something to do with completion that makes it satisfying, but that's not quite what a battle pass is, I thought.
No, that, yeah, kind of, right? Yeah, Bloom said they're doing this as they don't want people to burn out at the end of the season and to feel healthy and come back because they're excited to, rather than because they have to rush and try to finish off content for the paid season. Dude, that makes a lot of sense. Like I know myself. Okay, I only got a few days left. Like we're grinding right now, Rainbow Six Battle Pass. Like we're only, I think, 15 days or 10 days, somewhere around there. Our time is winding down, right? And I think I'm around tier 60. I'm like, I have 40 tiers to go. I don't think I'm going to get to the end. And for me, I'm just like, it kind of sucks because I would like to get to the end. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm not going to sit there for hours on end, right? Because like he said, dude, we play other games, right? I'm back into Breakpoint. I'm playing Assassin's Creed. I'm going to be doing other things than trying to focus on getting all the way through the Rainbow Six. Dude, I play Rainbow every day practically. So, and it's a grind, and that's what they're doing. That's what's so different here, which is, I think, a cool and unique experience to use what they're designing here. And I wonder if anybody else picks it up as well. He quotes, "We wanted to be able to say, hey, look, when you put in $10, dude, the battle pass, that's the other thing. It's $10. That's never around either, right? Like that's something new." He says, you keep that $10. Hook said, Halo Infinite won't have loot boxes either. So once you drop your money on something, you know exactly what you can get. You can only have one battle pass active at a time, meaning your chosen battle pass is the one gaining experience to earn as you play. So if you get into battle pass season 2, you're gonna have to activate that one to grind that one out. Or if you are not done battle pass season 1, you activate that one instead, Scott. Something, again, never been done before.
Yeah, it's not exactly expiring, but there are different new batches that will come out seasonally by the sounds of it. That's an interesting idea, but, well, changing up what a battle pass is, innovating on that idea is definitely welcome. It's been several years since battle passes kind of took over from where loot boxes left off, so I'm always wondering what the next system is.
And this seems to be the way, right? Parker, everybody, shout out to Nate and Northern Nerdcast for joining us on Twitch. Nate says, I like the Battle Pass system. Dude, I think it's unique. I really think it is something that could be changing the outlook moving forward for other companies to go, hey, maybe we should keep our Battle Pass. Because once this season wraps up for Rainbow, dude, I'll never have access to that thing again. Once it wraps up for PUBG, Apex, like whatever, Warzone, like it doesn't matter. That battle pass system is completely wiped, where Halo's like, nah, it doesn't have to be wiped. You can just activate that one or the newest one and grind that one out. So you always have another season or a season to work towards. There are certain perks in other seasons. I'm like, man, that would have been really cool. But I just didn't have the time to go into that game to grind it out. And that's what they're switching up here. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. The people are going to be on Halo for a long time, so this gives them some sort of longevity.
Absolutely. He says about every quarter of the battle pass will have a legendary cosmetic in it. Legendary rated cosmetics will be character canon related or a new type of customization object with special attributes or effects. Cosmetic though, right? I'm hoping that's all cosmetic. That's so they're not going to get into like this weapon does this extra a little bit of damage or anything like that.
No, I just want a grunt headshot birthday party sound. That's the one that I want. They've given it to me and others. I want it in this one too.
Let's take a look about their game plan for season 1, Heroes of Reach Battle Pass. Okay, but what's actually in the first season Battle Pass? Halo Infinite's first season is called Heroes of Reach. We know people like Halo Reach, and we knew the story was going to have another Reach beat in the paperback books. He's talking about the stories here, right? The novels. There's a Reach beat in Halo Shadows of Reach after Halo 5. The Infinite goes back to Reach, the Infinity goes back to Reach. So we just started full speed ahead on the best of the Reach customization, Bloom said. Dude, okay, here's the thing for me. I'm a late Halo player. I didn't play 1, I didn't play 2, I didn't play 3, and I didn't play Reach.
Oh man, you are an oddity there.
I know. I was on the other side though. I was PlayStation. So when Xbox dropped, everybody's talking about Halo. I was like, oh crap. Okay. And then, dude, then I got into Halo, and I was like, oh, Halo's cool, and I understand why. So I've gone back and kind of caught myself up to some degree, but I never got into Reach at all. Scott, what are your thoughts on going to Reach as a starting point?
Oh, Reach was like a huge point in the story for as far as the fandom goes, because 1, 2, 3, obviously they follow a congruent storyline, but Reach is kind of like the mythical precursor.
Okay.
And it really was. And that game just took off and blew up. Everybody was super excited about it. And that makes sense because it's otherwise only explored through the books. And a lot of people haven't really gotten around to the books.
Right.
So I think it makes sense as a good starting point because it is almost the, point zero of the Covenant War. So it is a good place to start chronologically. And they'll have a lot of really cool stuff that people will definitely recognize.
Well, let's get into that, because as expected with the season title Heroes of Reach, the first armor core will feature Halo Reach customization options. Think of armor cores as the base of an armor in which all corresponding armor of that type fits. Example. For instance, every player in Halo Infinite multiplayer will get the new Mark 7 armor core. That means all customization options, shoulders, helmets, visors, knee pads, and more, made for the Mark. Is that right, Scott? Mark or MK?
Oh, that's Mark. Mark
I was just double checking. Okay, I'm not as Halo savvy as you are, so I'm just making sure I don't get blasted later. The Mark 7 model can be swapped onto their Spartan so long as a specific core is equipped. The Battle Pass is the opportunity to unlock the classic Mark 5 and customization options for it. So, in other words, dude, you can customize certain. This is the thing when you get into customizing your character. This is the stuff I enjoy. You can get the right armor for your shoulder pads, the visor. Dude, I thought it was really cool. You can change the outcome of that and how that looks. When you talk about Marvel's Avengers, dude, that is a looter shooter. But every time you upgrade, the character's like gear always looks the same. It never changes. And that was one of the most disappointing things about it, because when you're in a looter shooter, for example, you want to see what a new piece of gear looks like on you. Here with Halo and what they're doing with the Battle Pass is they're allowing you to unlock all of these different aspects to a core, right, Spartan suit, and then allow you to just kind of pick and choose what you want to put on it, which I think is awesome.
I think it makes sense that they're kind of tying it to a core, a main piece, because that gives them the ability to change things up in further seasons.
Yeah.
Without kind of allowing all of the pieces. So you don't look like a weird jumbled up Lego character.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think I like that. That's pretty cool. They said there are certain things that for sure won't be in the Battle Pass, like, say, uncharacteristic emotes. Quote, we struggled we struggled a lot with dance moves for Spartans. We feel that more traditional players would reject Master Chief flossing. Good call. Right? However, AI can go crazy. So personal, they're talking about. AI can do what it wants to do. They want you to preserve the militaristic feel without having to break what you consider canon. So, yeah, they don't want Chief flossing, but your own character can do weird and stupid dances.
Oh, and I was hoping that would be stuck to the newest edition of Vanguard. No, I'm just kidding. It's not in Vanguard, but I worry about the characters flossing every time.
Well, it's such a thing now.
I saw Ninja do it on New Year's Eve. I can't see any more of my heroes fall.
Oh, I get it, right? Absolutely. So weekly challenges and event rewards as well. New customization options aren't solely earnable through the Battle Pass or purchasable in the store. Playing the campaign will also earn players new cosmetic items, and players can also earn a weekly reward called the Cape Stone by completing all weekly challenges. The challenge system was available during the Halo Infinite test flight, and has since undergone some changes based on player feedback. Cook said it was important for them to ensure that challenges are straightforward and are something players actually want to accomplish. The development team monitors stats regarding which daily and weekly challenges players don't complete or opt to re-roll. Dude, they're paying attention. I like that a lot, and they're upfront about it too.
Yeah, no, that's good. All this feedback has to go somewhere. We're in an age where everybody can tweet at 343 if you want, and just
blast them.
It would be silly for them to not listen.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, Scott dad shame him into like he did with he's saying so Northern Nerdcast wants you to dad shame me into playing the other Halos because that's what I did with Northern Nerdcast for The Last of Us, which by the way, you're welcome. So let's move on. Dude, let's get into some Metal Gear Solid. We always love talking about Metal Gear here. Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 will temporarily be removed from the digital storefronts starting today. This is what's going on. Yeah,
I have a feeling this is not
as
exciting as I'm hoping it is.
Well, yeah. Here's what's going on. This comes from Sal Romano over at Gamasutra. Konami will temporarily remove Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 from digital storefronts starting November 8th, as it works to renew the licenses for select historical archive footage used in each game, the company has announced. Quote, we sincerely ask for your patience and understanding as we work towards making these products available for purchase once again, Konami said. Dude, they're not giving up on Metal Gear. I like that. Something's coming.
Yeah.
Dude,
it could just fade into out of existence, but it's not. They're acknowledging it. That's a good step.
Well, that's the biggest thing, right? We thought, okay, Kojima's now gone. Kojima Productions is their own thing. We will never see another Metal Gear Solid game. Instead, we got Death Stranding. Depending on how you sit on which side of the fence, some like it, some don't. I'm on the don't like so much, but
yeah,
either way, right? That was his next step in branching out. But then that leaves the Metal Gear Solid franchise left behind. Where does that go? Is Konami just going to sit on it and let it die? Well, here they're paying attention a little bit, anyways, from the sounds of things, looking to get some licensing things taken care of, and then they'll bring it back. So on the PlayStation 3 side of things, I don't know who's playing PS3, but dude, you're losing Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, and Metal Gear Solid HD collection. On the Vita side, those same collections are gone. On PlayStation now, you're losing the Metal Gear Solid HD collection. 360, you're losing the HD collection as well as 2 and 3. The 3DS, you're losing Snake Eater. GOG loses MGS2. And NVIDIA Shield loses them all as well. So if you can, try and grab them now before they're gone. If you haven't been able to, who knows? The thing is, we don't know how long they're gone for. That's the other thing, right? That's the heartbreak right there, is when is it gone? Speaking of gone, dude, did you see my tweet the other day?
I'm not sure if I did.
Get ready, because here we go. This is where Brad is about to blast me because he is a collector of physical copies, because Horizon Forbidden West is just around the corner, right? My son wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn. He says, Dad, can I download that? Absolutely, buddy. Why not? He goes to download the game and it is gone. It's in my library, Scott, but I cannot actually download the base game. What? You know what he could download? Was the Frozen Wilds DLC. He downloaded the DLC, but I can't download the main game that I own and completed years ago. Gone.
And I don't think the DLC is a standalone either. You would still need the game to load it, as far as I know.
Well, so here's what they did instead. So I tweeted right at PlayStation Canada, and Gorilla asking, hey, what gives here? They've compiled it all into the complete edition, which now means I have to buy that all over again.
Oh, man.
I was like, man, seriously?
You need to buy it. It's not even just that it's another download from somewhere else. It's
nothing. Oh. It said come up in a game purchase. I went, I own this game already. What do you mean I have to purchase it? So I'm still awaiting feedback from said tweet, and I don't expect to get anything, but it's still like, man, that's, and I get it when you come from the physical side. This is the reason why you get the physical copy, because now I go back to play an older title that I adored, dude, and kind of wouldn't mind going back to get a refresh again to get ready for the sequel, right? And I can't do that without actually buying it all over again. I'm like,
it's so opposite of hype, because you could have played it again, gotten really, renewed excitement for the release, and then bought that day one. But this is just not going to cause that. It's quite the opposite, really.
Well, you saw my reaction there.
Yeah.
It's just like,
No, that's
oh,
like that seems
frustrating.
it's you might think it's just one game, whatever, it's not a big deal, but that seems almost criminal for them to just take it. You know, if I sold
Yeah.
you anything and then I just took it back in the night one day, that would be not okay.
No, right? That's the biggest thing. It's just, dude, it's now gone. It's in my physical library, and I can see it's there. You click on it, and it won't let me download anything. I was just like, you guys just compiled it together, which I understand, but then you don't let me download the game, which I already own, played, completed. It's just like, earn trophies for. Hello? Like, it's just, man. But let's move on to more Sony content, because Sony's new patent could bring real-time image upscaling to PS5 and PSVR. Sony appears to be working, this comes from Ali Jones over at Games Radar. Sony appears to be working on bringing real-time image upscaling to PS5 and potentially PSVR. A new patent filed by Sony Interactive Entertainment via Reset Era outlines a plan for a computer-implemented method of completing an image. So traditionally, images can contain regions of missing or computed image data. Various processes exist for filling in those gaps, but machine learning techniques can be performance intensive or time consuming. So honestly, you know what this is? It moves itself over to the world of NVIDIA's DLSS, the deep learning super sampling system that they already have on their graphics cards, which upscales everything. And now Sony's looking at that technology for their consoles, which is cool because it only makes us play on better graphically and smoother fidelity games, which is, fidelity is not a word. That's my bad on that one. But it's still cool to see that this is where they're moving forward. I'm excited for that, buddy. It was neat to see.
They've got to step it up. We're talking about Unreal Engine 5 coming around with kabillion polygon counts.
Oh yeah, right?
Just incomprehensible numbers of polygons. So you're going to have some sort of hardware advantage to run that. It's, not going to be space tech from the 60s that run that one.
No, not at all. That's for sure. But that's what's moving on in the world of Sony. So that's cool. Let's see if they can get it and when it's going to be here. Nobody knows any actual details. That's just what's going around. So
I just had a worry. What if it makes your PlayStation 5 sing like a Boeing 747?
Oh, dude, my PS4 was so loud. That thing just it did sound
I'll
like
never forget that. My roommate's got one 30 feet below me, and I can hear it through the floor.
Right? It's crazy. Dude, let's get into the world of you ready for this? Meta.
Oh no, the metaverse.
Meta company alleges Facebook infringed upon its name. Chicago-based company sues social media network after unveiling Meta. This comes from Jeffrey Russo over GamesIndustry.biz. Chicago-based tech company Meta Company alleged the Facebook stole our name and livelihood after the social media firm rebranded last week. In a statement, company founder Nate Sokolic said on October 28, 2021, Facebook decided to commit trademark infringement and called themselves Meta. Quote, they couldn't buy us, so they tried to bury us by force of media. We shouldn't be surprised by these actions from a company that continually says one thing and does another. Facebook and its operating officers are deceitful and acting in bad faith, not only towards us, but to all of humanity.
Holy, those are some bold statements, which I'm sure echoed across a lot of Facebook users. I mean, we all know the evil part of Skynet, and we're all watching it grow. But no, this is just, it seems pretty open and shut, this case.
Absolutely.
You can't just go about, unless you're Johnny Cash, you cannot just go and take somebody's property and pass it off as your own.
It's not how it works, right? Like they were there first. Their trademark, the company exists. You can't just override them because you're a bigger company. So we'll see when the lawsuits start flying, Scott. But there's a lot going on in that world, and as well, dude, that's gonna wrap up today's show just like that already. There was a lot of Halo talk in there, so hopefully you guys all enjoyed that because that was pretty cool. But until tomorrow, everybody, this has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialITG or, yes, YouTube, Inside the Game Official. one day. But until then, you can also hit us up at InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see everybody inside the game.